Evening, Speed Gaming 4. We've got a very special match for you tonight, the Super Metroid Randomizer Tournament Semifinals, right here on SG4 for Speed Gaming Live 2021. Tonight's race will be between sloaters27 and Aussie. My name is the Hockey Towner, and it gives me great pleasure to be commentating this race. But don't think that I'm going it alone. Don't think that that train wreck is even a possibility. I am here with a titan of technical acumen when it comes to randomizer. TG Derp. What is going on, Derp?
I'm flattered. I don't know exactly what you called me, but I'm flattered that you said it. But yeah, sloaters27 versus Aussie. This is actually a rematch of the SGLIVE rando race from last year. These two met in the semifinals. Aussie went on to win the match and then win the whole tournament. So not the first time these two have faced off in an SGLIVE, and we'll see if the outcome can be any different. We do have a very different randomizer though, so want to go ahead and explain that, Hockey?
I'll do my best, Derp, but please fill in any gaps in my knowledge. So, we have major minor item distribution, boss shuffle, but full area rando. Now, I know that there's a possibility for light area versus full area. What is the difference, Derp?
Well, the difference is light area rando will always connect. It will always connect areas to other areas that they're normally connected to in the vanilla game. So, for example, in light area rando, G4 will always be in one of the area transitions connected to the Criteria and Retro Brinstar area. In full area rando, that's not the case. Anything can be anywhere. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of chaos, and I think we're gonna have a fun series on our hands. This is a best of 3, of course, so up to 3 games of this setting of randomizer. I'm really excited to see it.
Oh, I am too, Derp. I am too. And I'm even more excited to see those minor pickups here. We got power bombs at first missiles. We've got super missiles and X-ray scope here on the right side of Retro Brinstar. So, not going to be hunting for those often elusive power bombs.
Yeah, finding early super missiles and power bombs is really nice. It means you won't ever have to go through any early game ammo hunts, which can be a pain. And also, in the area rando specifically, having these power bombs allows you to check the door transition behind Morph Ball, which is an area transition door. And since it's full area rando, that can lead you anywhere. That could be the only place to go, theoretically. So we're most likely going to see both runners check it, but it is fairly dangerous. The side hoppers here are awake, and they do 80 damage a hit. And Sloaters, you may notice, only has 79 health. If he takes a hit from these side hoppers, he is dead.
It's never a good thing to be in one-hit KO heading into the so-called meme route. Oh, and it is G4.
Well, that's kind of annoying, actually. The runners will have to go all the way back for G4 after finishing the game. And depending on how the seed is laid out, that can end up being kind of annoying. Having to backtrack all the way to the ship and then all the way to the most remote door location in the ship area.
Oh, no kidding, Derp, no kidding. Not the greatest G4 location for our runners here. Nothing too odd so far. They do have missiles, supers, and power bombs. Another super missile here at Old Mother Brain. And
kind of surprised Aussie checked that, honestly. Does pay off. Getting more early supers is always going to be nice, but it's a little surprising that he's checking extra minors, I guess, since he does have all of the minor ammo types.
Yeah, it looked like Sloaters is first to Parlor, going to be making his checks here, checking out Bomb Terizo, but he did not elect to check Old Mother Brain. He was satisfied with his ammunition.
Yeah, one thing to note about these runners, obviously both very skilled randomizer players, Aussie winning the last SGLIVE randomizer tournament, Sloaters winning all the way back in Randomizer League Season 1. So obviously these are both very skilled randomizer players. They're also just very good at the game individually. You're seeing the execution that these two runners can bring is top notch. So it's always fun to see people who are really good at the game play no matter what format, because this game has a really high ceiling of execution. It's always fun to watch.
Absolutely no question about that, Derp, in total agreement. You see a little bit of divergence here. Sloater's heading down to Terminator. He's going to check out... Ooh, Charge Beam at Terminator. He's going to be checking out this this transition here, this gateway. But Aussie headed to the ship for a refill and likely going to be heading up to Gauntlet with that E-Tank pickup at Bomb Terizo.
Yeah, he is probably going to check Gauntlet. There's a good possibility he won't actually be able to get back out. Actually, it looks like he's just going for the doors on the right. There are 2 doors on the right and 2 doors on the left. We see Sloaters checking the first door on the left. It was, I believe, the elevator to Red Tower. I'm kind of surprised he didn't check that. Looks like he'll probably be going back for it. This is, of course, not something you want to be in. The West Meridia area, I believe that is. I always get West and East Meridia mixed up.
I do too, Derp. I absolutely do. But that one looks like the one that's like right above the tube, sort of, but not Main Street, if that makes sense. Or actually, I don't know.
It was Honkfish is what it was. Is Aussie gonna try to sneak WJ here?
I think so. Yeah, it looks like he's setting up for it. But Aussie hasn't been to. Hopefully, Aussie heads to Terminator and grabs that. What you call that charge beam.
There is a fancy HBJ here you can do with power bombs. I wonder if Aussie's gonna try it.
Oh, it looked like he did. Very close to executing that.
I didn't see what the other door was, though.
I didn't either. Sloaters was a blink and you miss it situation.
I also didn't see what door Sloaters just went in the other door at the top of Red Tower. There's a lot of action going on in the early stages of Area Randomizer. It's hard to keep track of everything going on at once.
And I don't know how things look on your end, Derp, but oh my, what's going on here?
Looking fine to me so far, as Aussie does get to the CWJ across the moat. We'll see if he...
That's excellent. That's
this could be interesting, actually. An early Kraid's lair. The only bosses he can really defeat at the moment are Kraid and Phantoon, though. But if this is one of the 2 bosses, then this could be good. Aussie, of course, going to take the safety save. As Hockey is back. Hopefully that resolved the issues.
Yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed.
Sloaters finding an actually vanilla transition. The middle of Red Tower sends him right to New Bridge.
Oh my gosh.
And that sends him to a very item-rich area of the map, this green Brinstar. There are a lot of checks to do here, and unsurprisingly, we're seeing Sloaters go right for it.
No, absolutely, I agree, Derp. I feel like between Green Bryn and Upper Norfair, specifically Business Center, they're just absolutely chock-a-block full of checks and often some very key items.
Well, we've got a low percent Phantoon, basically, from Aussie. Aussie is, of course, very skilled at the game. There's Business Center for Sloaters as well. So he might, if he gets enough E-Tanks here in Green Brinstar to check Upper Norfair, he might just go straight there and continue his item collection. And unfortunately, Aussie's gamble hasn't paid off, but he is getting Phantoon out of the way early. Hopefully.
That does open up the ship for him, but this is such a challenging fight. He's handling it extremely well. 47 energy. Just about to got a color change there on Phantoon, but only 2 missiles. Going to have to farm these flames. Oh, great drops.
Great drops, but remember that Phantoon does 40 damage a hit without any suit upgrade, so you can only take 1 hit at the moment. And these flames are... The hitboxes can be a little bit deceiving. They disappear a lot later than the actual sprite. But Aussie gets a pretty clean fight. With 10 missiles, it's not reasonable to expect a perfect fight all the time. It's very difficult to get a 2-round with that little ammo.
I agree, and that was a very, very tidy 3-round Aussie, showing off his skill, the ice water in his veins, metaphorically speaking, of course. But Sloater's still cleaning out. Pink Brinstar here, not much doing. I believe he got an E-Tank and some missile packs. But ammo's not going to be too important since he does have that charge beam.
Yeah, like I was saying though, all these E-Tanks put Upper Norfair in logic, so depending on what this door is at the top for Sloaters, we could see him backtrack into the door in Green Hill Zone and go straight into Upper Norfair. There's a lot of items there as well. And Sloaters is on the... he still needs some items to beat the game, as it turns out. Only having that charge beam more.
No doubt. No doubt about it. Chat definitely making some very good observations, Derp. Ossie's up a boss. He's down a charge beam, but he will be heading back that way and likely picking it up. But Sloaters is finding a bunch of E-Tanks. He has a lot of map to cover. So many areas are available to Sloaters right now, especially that business center area is just ripe for the picking.
Yeah, and chat also pointing out, Aussie isn't able to check that Kraid E-Tank because Kraid is not defeated yet. The boss was different, so that doesn't open up that door that you would normally see in vanilla. So if that item's important, then Aussie will kind of have to double dip into that area, and that would never feel good. It's very possible that if it's an important item, Aussie ends up just skipping it, which could lead to some problems down the road. Fortunately, it will not be charge beam, as we know where that is.
We sure do, Derp. We sure do.
But if it's a suit, high jump. It's nice.
I do love those boots right here in Green Brinstar. At Brinstar Reserve, we got high jump boots, Derp. That's going to be a really nice pickup for Sloaters.
Yeah, probably the best luxury item in the game. It doesn't open up anything by itself, but having high jump is just such a nice thing to have. It allows your movement to be so much better in these vertical areas of the game. And is one of the components for a potential suitless Meridia shenanigans.
Do love those shenanigans. Do love the suitless Meridia type. It's a very
All about the shenanigans here.
Oh my goodness, we can't say that too many times, we might get pistol whipped, but I'm interested to see where this elevator heads, Derp, for Sloaters.
Yeah, there's still a lot of map left. As Aussie doing the early checks we just saw from Sloaters, gonna decide to go down Red Tower as expected. And that's something that Sloaters does not want to do yet. That is the back of Lower Norfair. And with this equipment, he will not be getting very far.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm thinking with 4 E-Tanks, Derp, I think he just heads right back to Green Hill and goes to Business Center. I think that's the play.
That is the most obvious play available to him. We see what this door was for Sloaters earlier. That's another door into Upper Norfair, but a less comfortable one for sure, sending you straight into the heated area. Unfortunately, without a lot of E-Tanks or Various Suit, there will have to be a lot of farming to check all of these items up in Upper Norfair. There is also a lot of doors to check, though, so it's definitely a worthwhile investment, you would have to imagine.
I've heard some people say that when you find Business Center with no suits, that your best bet is to check high jump first and then ice.
Hey, there's a Crocomire that Sloaters doesn't want to do.
I think he wants to make it to Bubble Mountain first, or at least clear Business Center, but that's just speculation at this point.
I think he has enough. He has enough health to go across to check Croc E-Tank. No, I feel like it's.
Yeah, I think 4's plenty there.
Seems like an odd choice.
You know, he might be routing all the way back to that because he's found a bunch of Norfair entrances. He must be thinking some of the transitions down here in Norfair are going to be Meridia, perhaps. So I wonder if he's going to do what he can here in Upper Norfair and then go back to Croc.
Yeah. It's a wave beam here at ice. That gives him X factors, if he so desires. But yeah, it's very possible that's actually what he's planning on doing, checking high jump and ice. And instead of going through the Hell Run, he actually goes back into Crocomire and does all that. and then goes back up to the top of Red Tower to enter the other side of Upper Norfair, enter Bubble Mountain through above Wave.
Oh, that's right. He can enter through single chamber. That's an excellent point, Derp. That would be some interesting routing for sure.
Yeah, really, really good on-the-fly routing from Sloaters if that's what he's trying to do. He might also just be skipping Croc, but I feel like that's a really weird play to make.
Well, so far we've got boots and beams, Derp. We don't have any suits. We don't really have any movement items, not even normal bombs. But curious what's in store for our runners here is Aussie. Just checked the Wave E-Tank. And Sloater's elected to pick up that reserve tank after a little bit of hesitation. So that brings his maximum energy up to, what is that, 600?
I think that's, well, 599 technically.
599, yeah, technically, right.
To be honest, I'm a big fan of not picking up reserve tanks, especially after you already have the 4 E-tanks required for hell runs to be in logic. Seems a little weird to pick up a reserve. Not that it's a bad decision, but either way, Sloater's going to decide to take the extra health early on. Definitely not a bad decision.
No, for sure. I think, and this might be me reaching a bit, but I think that's just kind of like the respect that he has for Aussie as a rando player and a Super Metroid runner, that, you know, he might take a little extra safety to ensure he doesn't take a death, because we're approaching 20 minutes into this. Runners have covered a lot of ground. It's a very open seed. And so I think Sloaters is just doing what he can to just, you know, health management, you might say.
Yeah, his health is a little bit uncomfortable for getting across to Croc E-Tank. He might actually have to do that on the way out, which could be a little bit unfortunate if that's a good item. That's like a suit or a space jump, something that would allow him to get across. Even another E-Tank would allow him to get across safely.
Any one of those three would be lovely to find, especially because they would ensure that he is not stuck, because I haven't seen him take a save yet.
Yeah, that's exactly why he's playing safer. His health is a little bit low to get across with just Power Suit. That acid will do a lot of damage. And he hasn't saved yet, so he's going to take the save. He's going to go check. Probably going to do the reverse grapple escape to check grapple, since he doesn't really have a good way up. And check Croc E-Tank on the way out.
I think that's the play for sure, Derp, and I love that kind of backdoor to grapple using that green gate glitch. Ooh, Aussie getting a little denied there, but checking the upper item here, it's more supers, so Aussie definitely winning the super count here, bringing his total number up to 30. That'll be great DPS against both Ridley as well as Mother Brain 2, in case he doesn't find any additional beams.
Yeah, Charge Wave, definitely not the best beam for fighting Mother Brain. But it does prevent you from getting soft locked, at the very least. Having some extra supers is always going to be nice, though. 30 supers allows you to kill Ridley very quickly. There's speed booster for Sloaters, what I was saying earlier. That's a very nice item to find.
Yeah, that is very, very good.
Also allows him to do this nice reverse mock ball out.
Wow.
There it is. Not the hardest strat ever, but always nice to see. Always nice to get as well. Feels so good.
I'll have to take your word for it. I've never executed it myself, but that just looks so swag.
This is very swag. So we're going to see Sloaters refill his health so he can safely get across the bridge to Croc E-Tank. Actually getting a little bit trolled. He has a lot of missiles. Both runners have picked up quite a bit of missiles. Maybe a little bit strange since they both got charge early, but it's definitely not the worst thing to have.
Well, you know my position on that, Derp. I always say mo ammo, mo beta. Oh gosh, and also picking up the reserve. That's 2 reserve takes for Sloaters. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he didn't want to pick that up and just kind of jumped into it.
It's very possible.
Doesn't matter too much.
If he wants to get to bubble the traditional way, although he's already checked business center. Yeah, he is going. So he's going to be taking Frog Speedway. He doesn't even have to go the back way around.
All right, we are going to see Aussie commit to Crocomire right away. So likely means he is going to be doing the normal hell runs across cross Upper Norfair over to Bubble Mountain, so he's not going to have to backtrack all the way through Red Tower. Actually, Sloaters doesn't even have to do it either, because he has Speed Booster. It actually
Right, exactly.
gives him that Frog Speedway access. I don't know if you
love
were
it. I absolutely love it.
saying that earlier, but yeah, adapting his route on the fly to the items he gets. Looks like he's actually going to check these doors first before checking any of the items in Bubble Mountain.
Very interesting move here, going with going knowledge-based rather than item-based.
Oh, never mind. He just wanted the refill.
Darn it.
So I guess if he's refilling there, that probably means he's checking the reserve first. Which makes sense. He had with maybe not. I don't know.
Now, first save of the race there for Sloaters at Bubble Mountain here. Aussie does have a ship save. Oh, getting trolled by that waiver a tiny bit. Good recovery from Sloaters. Great croc fight from Osse. He's going to be picking up his speed booster in short order here.
Yeah, Aussie also picked up that reserve behind Grok. Once again, not sure if he meant to or if it was just in his way.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think, like I said, I'm sticking to my guns here. I think it's definitely indicative of the respect that these runners have for each other. That you absolutely, if you were to take a death at any point, even with a safety save, like, you're pretty much done. I think that's kind of the mentality.
Yeah, taking a death with a non-recent save is definitely a pretty big time loss. And when you're playing against runners of the caliber of Sloaters and Aussie, you cannot lose. You cannot afford to lose that much time.
No question. No question about it, Derp. I wholeheartedly agree, but we are going to get a check here from Sloaters going to Speed Booster, even though he's already got speed. So it's got to be something different, Derp.
True, this will, in fact, not be a vanilla item. Neither will Wave, actually.
That's true, yeah, because Wave was at Ice.
Yep.
Well, that's a comfy pickup.
Yeah, another really nice luxury item, Screw Attack. Makes a lot of these late game areas safer. Lower Norfair and East Meridia.
Definitely a nice pickup. Makes Lower Norfair a lot more tractable as well. But maybe Ice is at Wave in Double Chamber. Who knows? But still, no suits.
Yeah, no suit just yet. And what that's telling me right now, maybe this is a little bit of a stretch, but remember that Aussie has Fantoon defeated and Sloaters does not. That means Aussie has 4 items, theoretically, that Sloaters doesn't if they happen to run into ship before Sloaters goes back to Kraid's Lair.
Could have an absolutely stacked ship just awaiting Aussie to pick up everything, because nothing is speed locked now that both runners have speed booster.
We're still missing a lot of big ticket items with both suits and plasma. Even items like Space Jump and Spring Ball are really nice to have. All of those are currently missing in action, so very possible that the ship has the goods.
Chad pointing out too, Waterway is back on the table now that the runners have the booster. But
oh, that's true.
It feels like it's a mile away.
Yeah, Sloaters maybe was planning on going back to check it. With that speed booster, actually had a better path into Upper Norfair. But had he gone back into Green Brinstar, he would have been right next to Waterway.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a really good point, Derp. I think Waterway's got to have a suit at this point in the game.
There's still a lot of doors left.
I know there's a lot, but I mean,
it's
got to have at least one of the two. Maybe not the one you really want, but maybe the one you just kind of want. And I'm going to leave that up to open for discussion as to which one's which.
Actually, it looks like Sloaters is going to skip the other 2 knowledge checks in Upper Norfair. Not going to check the Croc door or the Lava Dive. Just going to go straight back into Red Tower.
I think this is kind of an interesting play from Sloaters here.
Yeah, we'll see if he decides to go over to Waterway or if he's just going down to the bottom of Red Tower, because there are 3 doors there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you can go up above where the tube would be. But Ossie's going to be, I wouldn't say handsomely rewarded by Bubble Mountain, but I mean, normal bombs is a great pickup, but he's already made it across the moat. No potential for soft locking down in lower Norfair. Sloater's got to be careful here. I know he's got reserves, but
He's got full reserves. He's okay.
he's got full reserves. Okay, he's got 200 on tap.
Or, well, I don't know if he has full reserves, but I think he has at least 100.
Oh, yeah, he found an E-tank, so no worries.
He's doing just fine.
This is the Sloater's refill by proxy, the E-tank at Spacer.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he's not checking waterway. Also needs to be a little bit careful, but fortunately there's an E-tank right here, so he's doing just fine.
Oh, yes. Plus a little in the reserves, who knows how much, but he's got something.
Sloater's here. He's got all these doors to check. Well, doesn't want to go through that one.
That's kind of... Yeah, you might as well just have that one open up to Main Street. I mean, it's so close by.
Unfortunately, it doesn't actually have a great way to get up to the Main Street door. Here's...
all these Meridia entrances, derp.
Yeah, that's East Meridia at least. That's where the Dragon location is, or whatever boss is hiding there today. So it's a little bit better to find, you could argue. This is, well, takes him to the Croc door, or takes him near the Croc door. He has enough health to get across this with. Oh wait, no, it took him to the.
Yeah, he's back to basically Bubble Mountain here. That was where Lower Norfair Elevator normally would be, but...
I was actually thinking Sloaters would damage boost across the grapple room with the spikes in the lava, because he has enough health and there's a health refill right there. But maybe he doesn't want to risk that. It is a little bit scary.
For sure, yeah, the Nutella refill.
Yeah, it would have been a little bit faster, but I don't think he's going to be too upset about his decision.
No, for sure, for sure.
You can also actually take the Croc Escape out if he can get the short charge. He doesn't even need the short charge technically with high jump and speed. He can jump from the bottom. This is... oh, hey.
Wow.
That's what Aussie saw earlier.
That's really interesting.
And that actually takes Sloaters to a very good spot.
Yeah.
Right to Fantoon.
Plus he can just do a quick short charge and spark right across the moat here.
And definitely saves some time over what Aussie had to do.
Oh, swag.
Even gets the
fly.
the ocean fly.
The warehouse fly.
Cut a little bit short by that wall that some jerk built there.
Oh my gosh, who designed this place? Oh, that's just too dang much.
Yeah, technically with this health and ammo, he could fight any boss, although Ridley is a little bit uncomfortable and he can't actually get out of Dragon without another power bomb pack to get like a spike suit.
Oh, is that where you crystal flash and you let Dragon grab you?
Yeah, the RBO strat.
Yeah.
That would be the only way for him to get out of Dragon at the moment,
gosh.
but since he doesn't have the power bombs, not really viable. But technically does have enough health to kill Ridley if he doesn't get hit. So he can kill 3 of the 4 bosses right now. Obviously, we know it's Fantoon, so it doesn't really matter. And if it's Ridley, he's not even going to bother. He's not even refilling.
Right. Oh, this should be not too terrible for Sloaters here. He's got great loadout for this fight. Much more ammunition, as well as the potential for X-factoring Fantoon here. But the best that this will do for Sloaters is to draw even with Osse, because I feel like Osse's already covered almost all the ground Sloaters has, but has already defeated Fantoon.
I will say, though, now that we've seen a lot of these doors, it's just looking likely that Waterway is going to be a suit, because there's not a whole lot left to check.
Yeah, there really is. There's X-Ray, which I think Sloaters just kind of blew right by. Maybe he was concerned about health or wanted to check the rest of Red Tower. And we got that E-tank at wow, nice fight. We got that E-tank at Spacer. He must be thinking he's going to be heading back that way, because that would give him he could knock out X-Ray and Waterway pretty quickly.
I know Aussie was talking about this earlier, that his computer was having some troubles. Looks like his stream's still live, he's just lagging. Hopefully that's not an issue with his graphics card.
No, for sure, that's definitely a good point. Technical difficulties on the racer's end is always a heartbreaking experience, so we really hope Ossie's PC can recover. He can complete this race.
Yeah, I think he jumped forward a few seconds, so I think he's still live. There's just some internet issues. Not sure. Hopefully he can get that resolved relatively quickly.
No, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think you can... I don't think Mama Turtle is in logic without Spring Ball. Alright, Ossie's back.
Excellent. And I think we're going to get a little x-ray check here. He's got full health.
Yeah.
But Sloater's also heading to Gauntlet because he's right here at the ship.
I think X-Ray's in logic, actually. He has 6 E-Tanks, high jump, and bombs. I think that's all you need for X-Ray to be in logic.
Now, everyone pay attention to Ossie's screen because this is just some of the most phenomenal movement you'll ever see in this game.
Really, X-Ray is such a cool strat. He doesn't even really need to do it with high jump and speed. He's just doing it for style points, really. Gets it, though,
perfect.
really nicely.
Absolutely sensational.
Interesting that Sloaters isn't going to check Gauntlet.
Oh, and it's an E-Tank. Yeah, Sloater's really kind of eschewing. Just avoiding Gauntlet right now. He's got everything he needs to check it. He's got Screw Attack. He's got everything. Could even go for the Samus Expert Master with that speed booster and power bomb as well.
The Procreation Professional.
That's right. Yeah.
Are we still allowed to call it that?
Oh yeah, the old double P. Yeah, Procreation Pro. Absolutely.
Well, looks like Sloaters is going down to...
Is he going to Mama?
Yeah, going to Mama Turtle.
It's going to Mama Turtle. How fascinating. But Tracy and chat pointing out there, Gauntlet cannot have a suit.
That is true.
So that I have just been reminded of that. I knew that at some point. I just didn't remember it today. But it makes sense why he would be avoiding it.
Yeah, it does have a lot of major items, but there's still, you know, it could have been Ice Beam, could have been Spring Ball, Space Jump. There's still a lot of good items that it could have been. And it looks like...
Wow.
I was dissing it, but it's starting to look like...
Yeah, Waterway.
Waterway gonna have the suit.
Waterway's got the goods. It has to at this point. And I think Ossie's going to be the first one to get to it.
Yeah, the other issue is I don't think we've seen this door, the Main Street door for Sloaters.
Correct.
I guess if it's bad, he can actually just go down the other door at the bottom of this area, the map station, or next to the map.
Oh, that's an excellent point, Derp. Yeah, I almost forgot about that portal.
Yeah, so this might end up being Wreck Ship.
Oh yeah,
it's a little hard to tell, but there it is. And Sloaters
Found the
has
ship.
done Fantoon.
So hoping for a stacked ship here, and he already knows where Forgotten Highway leads, so he knows to perhaps stay the heck away from there unless he can grab gravity while he's in this ship.
Does he?
I think so. Yeah, I think he found like the end of Forgotten Highway and noped out of there.
Yeah, the end of Forgotten Highway leads to the Meridia area, not the Wreck Ship area.
I stand corrected then, Derp. Thank you.
So there is a door at the back of Wreck Ship that he can trek all the way for. Looks like he's gonna check this boss first. Still doesn't have a way out of Dragon. I guess he's just hoping this is Kraid then. Or just to gain knowledge.
Just the moment of truth, Derp.
Yes.
Gravity suited at Waterway. Always.
Yeah, and Sloaters fighting a boss that don't think he can get out of.
Definitely
just
noped out of there. But Aussie with a huge pickup there. First to Waterway, first to get Gravity Suit. That's going to be a very quick Meridia section. You can actually leave. leave Dragon's lair.
Yeah, it is kind of rough for Sloaters, though. Just never routed that Waterway back in. It wasn't necessarily a mistake, per se, to not check it, but... Gonna backfire on him pretty hard at the moment. There could be Varia at ship though, and
yeah, that's a good point. But
Aussie's likely going straight into Meridia, into West Meridia. There's the Varia. Hello.
The Varia suited wreck ship. Oh dear me.
Well, this just got a lot more interesting, didn't it?
It did, but if Sloaters doesn't get that gravity suit, I feel like Suitless Meridia is way slower than Suitless Lower Norfair.
Yeah, but Aussie
Correct me if I'm wrong.
does want a lot of E-tanks, and there is a possibility that Ridley is vanilla, which makes Suitless Lower Norfair a lot slower. But we're actually going to see Sloater's not going to bother checking anything else in Wreck Ship, not even the door. He's just going to bail right out, likely going straight to Lower Norfair, since he knows where the back of Lower Norfair is. And Aussie making a huge play. Look at this.
Yeah,
Look where he's at. He's heading right to the ship.
Incredible. He's going straight to ship to grab his second suit.
Oh, what a play. This is going to pay off spectacularly for Aussie.
Really is, yeah. This is just some incredible routing from Aussie.
Yeah, I was expecting him.
All the knowledge, the process of elimination.
He did know where the Dragon area was, East Meridia, but instead he wanted to check all of the doors in this area. He has some water physics here in this room for some reason. Maybe that was just stream lag, I'm not sure. But yeah, he just decided to check all the doors in West Meridia, and the first one he checked led him right to where he wants to go. And the first item he goes to, gonna put him immediately in go mode.
Wow. Plus he'll be able to complete the Dragon fight.
Yeah, and with that Varia, it means Ridley is relatively low risk. So he doesn't really have to fear any of the bosses. And he knows where G4 is.
Right. This is an incredible revelation for us here, dude.
Yeah, things are coming up Aussie, but fortunately for Sloaters, he's also making the right play here, going to Waterway.
I think he's making the best play he can given the previous decisions he's made, but a firm advantage to Aussie here.
Yeah, most likely. I'm surprised Sloaters didn't actually go to the... Wait, Sloaters?
Oh, dear.
Oh, yeah, this is the way to Lower Norfair, because Lower Norfair was at the top of Green Brinstar, and he just forgot to check Waterway.
Yes, he did.
Oh, no. Well...
I'm not going to call it here because the race ain't over until the race is over, but that is a unfortunate blunder, perhaps.
The good news for Sloaters is there's a good chance that he ends up actually backtracking back through Green Brinstar if the other end of Lower Norfair isn't a good transition. Well, actually, I don't know if that's true. They'd have to go all the way back through Lower Norfair. I'm not sure. That's a really unfortunate mistake from Sloaters. I'm not sure what else to say.
Well, it all depends on what portal he uses to make his way back. Oh, and a grappling beam just for good measure behind Dragon.
Yeah, that's true. Sloaters does know where the portal to East Meridia is. So it's possible he just bails, but that means he has to go all the way through Green Brinstar, so he might not want to do that either. We'll see what Sloaters decides to do. Hopefully, for his sake, he goes back and remembers to check Waterway on the way out.
Oh, no question about it. I mean, having to do... I don't know, can you even do Suitless Meridia without ice or grapple? I don't think it's even possible, so
yeah,
you might be thinking that ice is going to be down here. But my goodness, gravity at Waterway was just the absolute linchpin of this seed.
Yeah, we just saw on Aussie's screen, grapple was actually behind Dragon.
Yeah, that's kind of a lousy location for it.
Yeah, no
you
kidding.
Can't use it on the boss it's designed for.
Definitely a little bit unfortunate, but I think Aussie knows where the other two boss locations are. Now it's just a matter of getting there.
Oh, for sure. But he's like you said, Derpy is in complete go mode here.
Yeah, this sends him to bottom of Red Tower, and one of these two doors, I believe this one down here, leads him into East Meridia.
Sloaters didn't get the pattern he wanted from those metal parts. He's got to reset the whole room.
Yeah, this room can troll you if you make a mistake. I think anyone who's had to do this room with speed booster strats can verify that. Sloaters getting it second try though. Getting that nice fast strat.
Now, Derp, if you're Aussie here, do you bother to check plasma?
I don't think so. I think it's a really slow check. What you're doing as Aussie is you're actually going. I think you go down the sandpit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go reverse cack alley to the top of Meridia. Maybe you check Batuini tank on the way out, but other than that, I don't think there's any items you're really interested in. You've got a lot of ammo, and you have the charge beam, so you're not worried about getting soft locked to Mother Brain or Ridley. Here's Kraid. That means we are going to see Ridley for Aussie.
Yeah.
At the top of Meridia.
Nothing but E-tanks here for Sloaters.
Yeah, since he's already got the various suit, doesn't have much use for more than 7 E-tanks. 7 allows him to do that stand-up glitch, which also isn't particularly useful with just charge wave, but if he finds plasma beam anywhere, then it'll be a nice time save. Which technically Aussie can't do right now, but I don't think Aussie's really concerned about that at the moment. Actually checking more ammo. I'm surprised he didn't pick up that super pack. Okay,
he's
yeah,
going back for it to get 55 supers. My goodness. Doesn't even matter if he finds any beams. But might get some more power bombs if he doesn't find ice.
Nice speedball out of Wasteland for Sloaters. Showing off the new route tech. We'll see what Sloaters decides to do to leave this area.
Well, if he goes the back way, like he's going to screw attack, I don't think he's ever gonna head back to Waterway.
Yeah, that's definitely the worry, and it looks like that's the way he's going.
First amphitheater always makes me pretty nervous, but my goodness, a blink and you miss it Ridley fight from Aussie. That damage per second just absolutely outrageous with all
see
the
if he
supers.
See if he even checks this item. Looks like he's not going to. No need. He's got everything he needs. And if he's not checking that item, then he's not checking anything.
No, he's just got Kraid, and we know where Kraid is. He's gonna have a very tidy, very quick lower north.
Yeah, so I assume he goes out of Meridia the way he came, and that puts him at the bottom of Red Tower, which is connected to Green Brinstar. He can just go through Green Brinstar to Lower Norfair.
That is some impressive routing if that's the way it shakes out.
Yeah, a lot of doors that aren't checked that could have sped things up, excuse me. But when you know you have a path. There's that plasma beam.
Plasma beam at screw attack, that's an interesting location for that.
Gives him X-ray, gives him microwave for Dragon. It's a very minor thing at this point, but
right.
You gotta look at the bright side sometimes.
You do, yeah. Always look at the bright side of Rando.
Nice jump out of that area, the screw attack area. We'll see where this door leads him. The worry right now is that it actually leads him into Aqueduct, and he just... Well, no, he can't actually do anything without Ice Beam, can he?
Yeah, that's just not enough power bombs for Crystal Flash Clip. No gravity. This is a tough position to be in if this leads to Aqueduct.
Yeah, it might be good for him if it leads to Aqueduct, though, because since he can't really do anything, it sends him back through Lower Norfair, which sends him back to...
Oh my gosh, it's vanilla.
Sends him back to Waterway.
Right. Instead, we get a vanilla Lower Norfair. At least entrance.
Yeah, the entrance isn't an area. It's this door right before Lava Dive. And
oh, I see. Oh.
That's
man.
not where he wants to be.
Oh, gosh, no. Chat was just saying, I hope it's not the back of Wreck Ship. Well, it is. It is the back of Wreck Ship.
This is kind of worst case for Sloaters. He's got a long trek to go back through here. He's probably going to check all of the Wreck Ship items since he doesn't know where gravity is.
It's kind of like a might as well, you know? While I'm in the area.
Well, yeah, he only needs one item, and it's gravity suit. Unfortunately, it's in the one location he orphaned that waterway. He had a few chances to go back to, and even ran past it. So really unfortunate that one small mistake, one item you just didn't want to route back in. That's the item that you needed to get.
Right. Our wonderful tracker Cheaty also pointing out that he also orphaned X-Ray, but we know X-Ray is nothing. It's just an E-tank, but of course sloaters doesn't know that.
It is true. There's Ice Beam.
Ooh,
Sloaters
Ice
wants
Beam.
that.
Definitely want that.
So what doors do we have left? I think the last transition is Aqueducts. I think it's vanilla, actually. It's the vanilla transition to
It
Aqueduct.
must be. It must be. Wow, nice jump there from Sloaters. No bomb jump required.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. Yeah, Aussie going into that same Lower Norfair entrance that he saw earlier. The top of Green Brinstar. He's just gonna... He knows it's Kraid. Doesn't really need to worry about his health too much. Gonna get that finally, that third power.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Looking for all seed.
Perfect. Perfect position. Exactly what he needed. Plus he can refill on health if he really wants to by going to Fire. Oh no, Firefly was a reserve if I stand corrected.
No, it was an E-tank.
Oh, it was. It was vanilla, okay. My favorite flavor.
I don't think Aussie's checking it. I think he's just gonna bail.
Yeah, yeah. There's no way.
He's got reserves. He's got Crystal Flash ammo.
He's got everything he needs. He is in complete go mode, about to finish up the fourth and final G4 boss, and then the long trek all the way back to Retro Grin.
I'm actually seeing Sloaters check the spooky missiles with the ship on. I'm not totally sure what he was hoping for, but it looks like he also got a third power bomb pack.
Oh, can you believe that? It looks like he's taking a safer. Is he gonna try Dragon?
Yeah, he's got ammo for Crystal Flash.
Oh my gosh. That is just guts right there.
I mean, he's gonna be real happy finding that grapple beam as soon as he checks the item. So even if he does mess up the Crystal Flash.
And that's just full commitment to Suitless Meridia when you have ice, high jump, and grapple.
Yeah, basically everything except for gravity at this point.
Yep. Kind of an interesting and unfortunate turn of events for Sloaters, but I gotta hand it to Osse on this routing. This has been absolutely masterful. A very intricate seed with the suits kind of buried on opposite ends of the world, but very well executed so far here from Osse.
Yeah, the one rough thing for Aussie is he's got to do a lot of backtracking to get back to G4. It's got to go all the way through LM Escape, all the way through Green Brinstar, and I think all the way up Red Tower is the fastest way back, and then all the way through the ship to get to Retro Brinstar. It's a trek.
Yeah. I don't know of any portal that'll make it faster.
I don't know if Sloaters got. Yeah, he hasn't gone for a Crystal Flash yet. He's got to take some damage from Dragon here. Without that grapple beam, he doesn't really have a great way to lose health in this room. So he's just kind of got to do this the fun way.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, so that's smart, taking off the old Varius suit.
Does he survive this? Oh wow, that puts him...
Oh, put it back on, put it back on. Oh, goodness.
I think you need less than 50 health to Crystal Flash, right? Or is it 50 or lower?
I don't know. It is less. It is definitely less.
Well, no, he's not doing the Crystal Flash because he was waiting for,
He's waiting for
the
goo.
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Oh my goodness gracious.
There's that blue suit. Well, he has spike suit right now. Now it's a blue suit.
Absolutely incredible. That is just too much, Derp. It's too much for me.
Yeah, we'll see if he even bothers with this item. It can't be Gravity Suit because you need Gravity Suit to fight Dragon in Logic.
Right.
You gotta find that grapple beam and be
boy.
very annoyed, I imagine.
Aussie still looking for super. He's just gonna have a very fast Mother Brain too.
Hey, now he can keep the blue suit if he wants it. He didn't want it, but he could have.
Diagonal Spark out of Dragon's room. Deposits him
Could
back.
he use that blue suit to get out of here without using a bomb? Get that minuscule time save that is just slower than sparking out.
Oh my.
The dashless strats. Just having blue suit and using it to break bomb blocks.
Incredible category.
Really.
Ossie's back into Green Bryn. Nice mock ball, or I should say moonfall there. They sound alike, that's why I said it.
Basically the same thing.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, Sloater's not even going to bother checking the top of Rex ship. He knows he has plenty of items. He can do Suitless Meridia with this loadout. He's just going to go for it.
Yeah, looks like it.
Unfortunately, he can't actually do reverse cac alley with this loadout. I believe he needs space jump as well as high jump for it.
It sounds like reverse cac alley is a very it's an item intensive way of going.
Yeah, you have to have a lot of goodies. Fortunately, Sloaters hasn't quite had that luxury. He's had the luxury for pretty much everything else, but not having the ideal way to get through reverse cac alley. So he will need to go down the tube.
Down the tube, derp. I saw we had some raiders there from another stream. If you're just joining us, this is the SpeedGaming Live 2021 Super Metroid Randomizer Semifinals between sloaters27 and Osse. Aussie in a firm lead here, but this is a best of 3, and they'll be one after the other right here on SpeedGaming 4.
Yeah, Aussie just in the home stretch, just needs to get back to the ship. Yeah, once he gets to the top of Red Tower, that puts him back in this landing site area. Now he's just going to do one final backtrack through this, down the Retro Brimstar, and there's G4. Runners have known about it since the beginning of the seed, and finally Aussie can do it.
Just gotta bring it on home. And nice thing about full area as well is that when they go down the Torian elevator, they get full refill.
Yeah, just a nice quality of life thing since G4 isn't always connected to the ship. In this case, it is actually, but you know, still. Definitely don't want to bother refilling at the ship when you get the refill anyways.
Right. The ship could be virtually anywhere in these full area rando seeds.
Right, well, we know where the ship is, just don't know where everything else is. It's the magic of area rando. Nice speedball there to get through those blocks.
60 supers on tap. I mean, this Mother Brain 2 is going to be completely trivial for Aussie. By design, of course. Those super missiles that he picked up, and not a lot of them were that out of the way. It didn't cost him hardly any time.
Sloaters make his way up the aqueduct. Unfortunately, wasn't able to use his X-ray, his microwave beam against Dragon since he needed that spark to get out. But he will be able to use it against Botwoon at the very least.
For sure, dude. We've seen Sloaters just absolutely pull out all of this esoteric tech, and Aussie just having found that gravity suit followed immediately by Varia has just had a much less complicated go of things, but Ossie's certainly capable of all those tricks.
Yeah, the route Aussie decided to go for really paid off, going straight from gravity to checking all of the doors in West Meridia, and the first one he checked led him straight to Varia.
For sure, Derp. I think finishing in the low hour range in this seed is pretty impressive.
Yeah, especially with all the backtracking required. That adds a lot of extra time to the seed, even after finding Gomo and killing all the bosses. There's Space Jump.
Oh wow, nice late pickup there. But, favorite item in the game, Derp. I know that makes a lot of people mad, but my goodness, do I love the Space Jump.
I've got some good news for you, because Sloaters is going to be putting it to good use in just a moment, space jumping across Coliseum.
A little reverse womple jump, perhaps?
Not really a womple jump, but
oh, come on.
We'll be space jumping. he will be jumping.
He will be jumping. Totally.
Aussie, baby skip. A little awkward with just charge wave, but if it works, it works. And Aussie gets a real nice baby skip.
That was really impressive from Osse. I think that was like 6 or 7 jumps. Got a good jump rope pattern going. Or we should say jump rope rhythm.
Yeah, unfortunately we didn't actually get to see Sloaters jump across because the stream has been lagging a little bit. That's okay.
That's okay. I know that I appreciate a good space jump across the Coliseum in either direction, and I felt it in my heart. So, hope all of our viewers did too.
Well, I don't know if all of our viewers wanted to, but it was there.
Look at this first try speed zap skip from Osse. Is there anything this runner can't do? My goodness. That is just impressive.
Yeah, Aussie hungry for that back-to-back SGLIVE Rando Championship.
Man, the way he's playing right now, I wouldn't bet against him. He's definitely had a terrific time with this seed.
Yeah, absolutely. Aussie, one of the best randomizer players in the world, has been for a while, actually.
Oh my gosh, he's just
pulling out the
stunt on Mother Brain here. Just go with the X Factors. I've never actually seen this. I've seen the Spazer special beam attack, but I don't think I've ever seen an X Factor on Mother Brain before. That's incredible.
Yeah, and you have to imagine Aussie's feeling really ahead with how he routed this. He's confident enough to waste a little bit of time showing off the X Factors.
Look at this. He's already into the catch-up phase. Mother Brain doesn't know what hit her. He can tank the catch-up, but he doesn't even care.
He can tank 1 or 2. I don't know. I don't know if he wants to stay down that path, but
look at that. One charge shot. I don't even think he needed it. My goodness.
Fantastic play from Aussie. Isn't going to go for stand-up, but with just charge wave, it saves like maybe 2 hyper beam shots, so not going to be too upset about missing that.
Yeah, it's kind of dubious value at this point.
Dubious value?
Yeah. Absolutely.
He also doesn't have the health to stand up anyway, so
it's all relative, right there.
Something like that.
Oh yeah, Osse gonna win this one handily.
Yeah, Sloaters. Fortunately, he's a little bit closer to the ship, or to the landing site rather, so you won't have quite as much of a backtrack getting back to G4, but by the time he gets there, Aussie will be wrapping things up.
Oh yeah. Not to mention just having to move through this water, it's like molasses without the gravity suit.
Yeah, we'll see if Sloaters actually decides to check this last door. I think he knows where it is. I imagine he's aware that this door connects to the what it would normally do in vanilla, the aqueduct entrance, which is actually good for him. He can go through the aqueduct entrance. That puts him at the left of landing site. It's where Green Brinstar normally would be, so he can actually just grapple across and get to the ship from there. Nice heads up routing from Sloaters.
Yeah. That is some terrific routing, but unfortunately it's just too little too late, you might say, Derp.
Yeah, absolutely. But still, nice to see runners making good decisions even in garbage time, if you will. Might not matter anymore, but you know, it could have, and so
It
it's
could have.
always good to see the runners making the right decisions.
Precisely right. Look at this grapple jump from Sloaters. We saw it in Aqueduct. This is even harder. You having to use that. I forget the name of that enemy, but having to use it to grapple jump up there. My goodness gracious.
Yeah, I don't remember either. The mini Fantoons is what they
Yeah,
are.
there you go. There we go. And Sloaters is happy to be out of the water. No gravity suit. Ready to say goodbye to Meridian, but Ossie's on the escape.
Escape with high jump, speed booster, and screw attack.
And Moonfall.
Gonna go pretty quickly, and Moonfall.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
that's an advantage he has over Sloaters.
It is,
not
yeah,
using the
Sloaters.
Moonfall.
Sloaters is one of the last stalwarts to avoid using Moonwalk.
Yeah, I could have sworn he was at one point, but swapped back out.
There was a demo period, perhaps, but decided to go with the tried and true. Oh, we got a little high five here in Parlor.
Look at this. That's not a high five you're gonna see very often.
There's a first for everything in Randomizer.
Yeah, Sloaters seeing Aussie run by. Like, what happened here?
No, remember when I said low hour? How about sub hour? My goodness, GG's to Aussie.
Yeah, actually the official time was 1 hour flat for Aussie on the racetime.gg channel. Either way, really nice run from Aussie. Sloaters, of course, going to forfeit because we got some more races coming up. Wouldn't want to hold this out too long.
Yeah, I think we should get the show on the road. Derp will go ahead and get them ready. So if everyone here on SpeedGaming 4, if you want to sit tight, we'll have the next race, and there will be a race 3 if necessary right after that. So stay tuned.